Hello, this is Michele Knight. This is the astrological update for the whole of February for all of us. Now, February is an incredibly important month astrologically. We have Neptune, the planet of spiritual enlightenment, the awakener, but also the planet of illusion and lack of boundaries and debauchery going into Pisces. Now, the last time this happened, it created a great spiritual change in the world where the spiritualist movement literally took off and spread around the globe. Also, it was the dawn of the pre-Raphaelite movement where we had all that lovely romantic art, but a little bit of opium taking along with it. So it was beautiful, but it was slightly debauched. So we can expect a bit of that energy to come up this month, but it's going to be here for years and years. And it's up to us as one group consciousness to use this fabulous energy to evolve the whole, to move towards a society that has more empathy, to move towards a society where we care about each other, where we feel each other, where we join together to create a better world. And if that seems a bit hippie, the next 13 years or whatever it is are certainly going to feel hippie, but fabulous. Wonderful. We really are getting in tune with our dreamy romantic side, and it all starts here. I'm going to do a whole video on that, but let's just say it's kicking off right now and we're all part of it. So think wonderful thoughts, really allow your soul to open up, but be careful you do not lose yourself in something wild or crazy. Interestingly, on the 1st, we have Mars retrograde in Virgo, and that's opposite Venus in Pisces. And that's going to create almost a little bit of emotional confusion in a lot of us, where you'll be thinking, I have to be very, very good and held back when it comes to relationships, and I have to pay attention to detail, and I have to be the best I can be. And another part of you is really dreamy when it comes to relationships. It's not going to last long though, because Aries, Venus is going into Aries, so we all have the opportunity to be a bit bolder when it comes to relationships. There's a sense of spontaneity in the air when it comes to love. And there's a feeling of kind of optimism and childlike joy. If in your life you've been feeling a bit, if in your life you felt a bit jaded when it comes to relationships, all of this planetary stuff is going to make you feel much more optimistic that love exists. Perhaps you'll start to see love in a different way, in a very, very pure way, in a very childlike way. And that's not necessarily a bad thing. In our culture, a lot of the time, if we're hurt or we go through a relationship that's kind of stabbed us, or even a relationship that just didn't work out, it could affect your optimism, it can affect your belief system. And as I'm always saying, it's what we believe we create. So if you're going around believing that love doesn't exist, you can't trust anyone, then that can be mirrored to you. Or if you're in a relationship and the joy and magic's gone out of it and it's just a boring, dull routine, expect that to change. Expect the opportunity to be able to pump some light and fire into that relationship, to bring back your passion, to be more spontaneous with your lover. And if you're single, you're suddenly, hopefully, awaken to the fact that you can trust people again. You can leap into a relationship with a childlike joy. And by having that energy, automatically you can attract it to you. Now, on the 14th, we have Mercury going into Pisces, conjuncting that Neptune, which I think is going to be a beautiful time for the world, because it gives us the opportunity to communicate in a loving way, to communicate our dreams, our ideas, again, to have huge empathy for other people, to be visionaries of love, to be love evolutionaries, and being able to, or love revolutionaries and evolutionaries, and to be able to go out there and transform the world with our positive feelings. A lot of the problems that we've been having, Pluto went into Capricorn and it created this sense of revolution and capitalism falling and all sorts of the dire stuff that's happened financially. And I believe that this Pisces energy is going to come in and soften it up and make people want to transform things and move towards reform and transformation, but do it in a very gentle way. Do it by raising our consciousness. Do it by the fact that we all want that to happen. However, another interesting thing about Pisces is it could be that a lot of people do go into a revolutionary mode, but end up getting stoned or drunk or doing something where they lose the focus of what their original dream was. That's the danger of Neptune in Pisces. It's like the road to hell is paved with good intentions. Everybody wants to change the world and everybody wants to be loving, but they could end up losing the plot a bit and kind of drinking too much, or sort of pontificating about it and not actually doing it. Mercury is going to be very helpful about getting the ideas out there. With Mars retrograde in Virgo, a lot of people are being a little bit self-critical or going over things that are happening in the past. In terms of on a global scale, it could be that there's some old conflict between two countries or two political parties that everybody thought had been resolved that just kicks up again. Possibly we'll see something going on with North Korea or something else going on in Europe that hasn't happened for a long time, and it's quite surprising. However, this Neptune in Pisces should help people see things and not get quite as angry as normally they would do with Mars retrograde. And it also can be a bit of passive aggression as well, or kind of finger pointing. But all in all, the most important thing to focus on this month is that Neptune in Pisces, and to prepare yourself for the great evolution of your spirit and your soul, and to open up to your belief in life, your belief in other people, and your childlike joy about being here at this point, because together we can tip humanity in the right direction. Take care, and I'll speak to you soon.